Okay. Are we live, Rashi?
Just a second. Just check.
Yes, we are live.
Yeah, so we are live.
Okay.
Great. So, good morning and welcome everyone. Welcome to the sixth panel discussion organized by the Unicorn People, your new age HR consulting partners. Today we have with us a very diverse panel. We have from the HR fraternity, Mr. Kartik Rao. We have an entrepreneur, Mr. Sujay Gupta, and we'll be soon be joined by the National Chairman of Confederation of Indian MSMEs, Ms. Nabomita. So, welcome everyone. Let's get this started. The topic for today is HR empowering MSMEs. We'll be throwing more light on how HR plays an important role in the growth of an MSME through all the stages. We'll be talking about the enhancing role of HR during the pandemic. We'll be talking about the various challenges that MSMEs have to face with regard to people processes, and also throw a little of our suggestions on what can accelerate the growth through HR. So over to you, Vandana.
Thank you, Rashi, and good morning, everybody. So I will start with a brief introduction about our amazing speakers today. We have Mr. Kartik Rao. Kartik is an international HR professional and has worked in regions of Europe and Southeast Asia and has an understanding of cross-cultural team management. He has played a pivotal role in ensuring the seamless expansion of organizations like Housing.com, PropTiger, Makan.com, FastFox.com, and Bewakoof.com. So many dot coms behind you, Kartik. He has also worked across change management, business partnering, and talent acquisition. Our next speaker, Nabomita Mozumdar, Nabomita is the founder of Nabomita.com, national chairman of the Confederation of Indian Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, the mentor change for Niti Aayog. She is also into Atal Innovation Mission. She is the winner of the 100 Women Achiever Award by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. She has also recognized as the top 10 inspiring Indian entrepreneurs by Asia Tech Podcast, top 20 HR influencers in social media by ACHRM, and HDM Awards by Indian HR Convention. And these are just a few awards that I'm actually mentioning to you. Many more. Next, we have Mr. Sujay Gupta, and Sujay is the founder and managing director of Glokar Informatics and Media Private Limited and Carlo.in. He has played a pivotal role in ensuring the immersive and interactive initiation that helps to stimulate the physical experience of buying a car through the myriad lens of digital platform. A first of its kind, uh, and he says it's a digital automobile showroom. He is also the founder of Search Glass Films and has produced documentaries like What is Harmony, Community, and What is an Idea. Before starting this entrepreneurship journey, Sujay has worked with organizations like Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar, Land Rover, Audi, HDFC Life. So he's worked with the top brands, and now he's running, three startups. And but before I kickstart the session today, I have a small announcement for all my people who are attending this. The world is going through a tough time, and COVID 19 has pushed the world economy into a volatile place. MSMEs have taken a massive hit and need to bounce back. In our endeavor to support business to take the right steps towards the growth, today we are offering one on one consultation for all the MSME representatives who are attending this session. Please fill up the form to which the link has been shared in that chat box. Over to you, Rashi, to kickstart the session.
Thank you so much, Vandana. So we'll start off with getting some introductory thoughts from our panelists and see what are their feeling about the topic that we have chosen and how do they see the role of HR in MSME. So before going to the HR professional, I'd shift to Sujay, probably the entrepreneur.
That is very important For a startup, I mean, see, I've always I worked for about 15 odd years for different companies where lot of a lot of HR people used to interact and everything. And since the time I've started my own ventures, HR is always been very, very important for a startup. I mean, generally, look, people think that you don't need a HR to start up. You just need business development. You need sales. You need IT. You need a lawyer, a CA to form companies. There is one person that you need to handle all of this is HR, because every department is made of people, and that is what the HR person can handle better than the managing director or the founding team or this or that. So I think starting off, it's very important. And I personally, I think that every startup is an MSME. So I was just sharing with the other panelist behind the scenes before starting off that, and I hired the first person that I ever hired in my first company was an HR intern, because I knew the power of that person. मतलब एक फाउंडर को भी मैनेज करने के लिए ना एक एचआर चाहिए होता है, बहुत जरूरी होता है, ऐसा नहीं है, ठीक है. So that's what I'm trying to say कि whenever so that person today is a director in 2 of my companies. So these are some of the few things that are very important, and I think HR can be and these kind of things can be elaborated by beautiful professionals like yourself. I'm sure Karthik can add on to all of this. Now, what do you say, Karthik?
So, I think couldn't agree more. The only thought that I have is usually what I've kind of experienced is that at least till the company size becomes 100 or 150, it will be great. And usually it's recommended that, the founder and somebody like Sujay is personally involved, right? Because I think, the beauty is, usually what happens in companies start, they become 150, 200, their revenue reaches 200, 300 scale, and then say, अच्छा अब ना एक HR चाहिए, एक vision और mission और values चाहिए, and the job lands in the hand of marketing, PR और HR department कि अब तो values बनाना पड़ेगा और vision mission बनाना पड़ेगा, when the company is already 200 people and 200 crores, right? And that's where I completely agree with Sujay. I think, what really I've seen, at least following a lot of companies that I have, most companies that are successful don't make this mistake, right? And whenever, so I've done visioning exercise in Benetton and in housing, and we always used to say, a classic example, which I personally feel is the best way to describe. So Disney's vision is to make people happy. That's their core vision, right? And now this can also be a great line for an escort company, right? But how does that differentiate Disney? Because Disney's every content says that my movies are going to have black and white characters and it will have happy endings. It's their core vision. Now, even if they can make a lot of money from Game of Thrones, Disney will never produce a Game of Thrones because it has too many grays. So अगर Disney India आता, they would have produced a Ramayan, but they'll never produce a Mahabharat because बहुत grey है. So I think a lot of that direction, a lot of what you say no to, I think comes from those things, which I think can be done really well if really you have a strong HR and a CEO partnership in place in the very beginning. That I think is the true value, which requires.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sujay was saying something.
I'd agree with Karthik. Yes, काफी सारा कुछ what he's trying to explain, the values. And for me, it was like more of to start off. It was more of management of the company, which I think an HR personnel can do it better than a sales guy. I've been a sales guy all my life. ठीक है, मेरे को बेचने का मतलब सामान दे तो बेच दूंगा. तो मतलब अगर ऐसा बंदा जो मार्केट में फील्ड में रहे और वो अपना स्टार्टअप कर रहा है, इज वर्किंग 28 hours out of 24 hours in a day, ठीक है, पीछे से पता नहीं कि एचआर मतलब कंपनी में हो क्या रहा है. So I think that to start off, and I think HR is one of the pillars जिसमें company stand हो सकती है. अगर people who are watching this, who are planning to open up a company, get inspired to start it up and get into the MSME mode and everything, क्योंकि अब मोदी जी का भी बहुत बढ़िया सपोर्ट टाइप आना शुरू हो रहा है, दिख रहा है, हमें भी दिख रहा है, डेली सीए के नोटिफिकेशन आते हैं, सर ये करवा लो, सर वो करवा लो, राइट. सो तो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू थिंक कि जो लोग अभी देख रहे हैं कि आई माइट स्टार्ट अप और समथिंग, आई माइट गेट इन्वॉल्वड इनटू अ बिजनेस, समथिंग दैट, प्लीज डू कंसीडर गेटिंग एन एचआर पर्सन ऑन बोर्ड फर्स्ट. मतलब कार्तिक हैज अ डिफरेंट थॉट दैट 100-150 के बाद लोग सोचते हैं, बट आई थिंक फाउंडिंग टीम में एक एचआर मेंबर अगर होगा ना, तो आपको मैं गारंटी कर सकता हूँ रिजल्ट्स. You should have a founder or a co-founder or a starting level employee or a ESOPs person or whatever. But it's very important. My personal experience only. I have 5 companies. वो एक बेचारी इकलौती HR हायर की थी, वो 5 की HR है. अब क्या करें, वो कर लेती मैनेज. She's a very good worker.
Sure, sure. But I think that's what Sujay, that's the thing what Karthik would have experienced, is that a lot of companies do look into HR as an important pillar only after they have a sizable amount of employees. And that's where the differentiating thought comes in. While you have been able to bring in someone at the very initial stages, a lot of startups start hiring an HR after, say, a minimum of, say, 100, 50 or 100, somewhere in between. So I think that's the experience that's happening, and that's what we want to change around here and say that HR is important from the first day, not just for basic compliances, but to also tell you that there is a growth trajectory that is there, which can be supported by the people manager here. When we say the people manager, the human resource person, or there are various new terms which have come up for them, the happiness officer, the people officer. So one of those. Karthik, you have been a part of a lot of expansions and a lot of mergers and acquisitions. You have tremendously grown organizations. So if you could share a little more on that, if you could let us know what are the challenges that come in play at that point of time, and how growth is difficult, a sudden growth for startups, because it's very normal for startups to grow like that. So how does HR come into play for there?
So I think, that's what I was saying, just to close on the previous point.
Yeah.
I think it takes a lot of emotional maturity for a CEO, and because Sujay has done it, he knows it, to have people early. And that's what I said, most people don't, and they should. And I completely concur with Sujay कि वो emotional maturity चाहिए कि build foundation ही सही बने. Coming to your point, housing PropTiger Makaan में we had 7 mergers and acquisitions in 4 years, and scale moved from 200 to 2000 in 4 years, right? So वो classic एक organic plus inorganic growth journey था. So usually what I've experienced is whenever companies grow that fast, complexity grows faster, right? And the usual instinctive reaction of every company to complexity is process. तो आप SAP ले आओ and Tally ले आओ. So you suddenly want to combat every complexity with processes. So I really feel processes are great, but I think processes का एक downside है that they efficiency trumps flexibility, right? And then you literally start thinking keeping process in mind. So I think what usually, at least the mergers and acquisitions we did, was that we increase the talent density faster than the complexity rather than processes. Because the moment I felt you had right people, they would have just the right amount of processes, but their ability to increase talent density gave enough room for flexibility, which is essential in a startup, which I think Sujoy would know more than anyone else. So I think it's striking that fine balance where you have processes which lay a foundation, but there is enough flexibility for innovation. I think that's one of the most critical things that HR people can do when you're growing that fast.
So while the entrepreneurs or the founders of the company are mostly focused towards the business side of it and having the sales first, right, getting their marketing piece the best, how were you convinced, Sujay, that HR is important in the first few initial phases of your ventures, given that you come from larger organizations, you come from companies like Audi, etc., where I'm sure the systems and processes are already set, so you would not have exactly felt the need there. So how did it come to you?
See, I'll tell you, larger organizations, if you look at Audi or Mercedes-Benz or Jaguar Land Rover's histories, these companies have always built upon people. And these companies, actually, if you get into a deep history of theirs year by year, you would realize how strongly they started organizing their company human resources wise, right? And that is the reason they are these companies. There is a reason, and that is what I feel personally for my companies also. I mean, I need to grow. Obviously, everybody wants to grow. ऐसा तो है नहीं कि यार ठीक है बस इतने रुपए कमाने हैं और यही रहना है. बहुत खुश हूँ मैं. I'm very happy, right? I'm very content now. I want to grow, and I think HR is most important for my growth. The business side of it, the marketing side of it. मतलब मैं कितनी अकेले, okay, I'm one person. मैं कितना marketing कर लूँगा, कितना sales कर लूँगा, एक limited quantity में, right? And if you want to expand it, I need more people. If I need more people, I get more people. People management, to get those people, ये सब कुछ, that is what that HR pillar does. It is not just कि वो HR, generally पता है startup में यही होता है कि अरे HR की हमें जरूरत पता है कब है, जब लोग hire करेंगे. I personally disagree with all these people saying कि यार जब लोग hire करेंगे ना तब HR की जरूरत होगी क्योंकि वो hiring करते हैं. No, that is not true. Generally people think that way कि यार HR की जरूरत होती है सिर्फ hiring के लिए. वो सिर्फ naukri.com, spitter.com, उसपे.com पे जाके CV निकालेंगे, इंटरव्यू लेंगे, खत्म कहानी. और 50-100 लोग तो यार हम खुद ही मैनेज कर लेंगे, गप्पे मार लेंगे, हम सेल्स वाले, हम तो बहुत बड़े लोग हैं, हम तो सब खुद ही मैनेज. नो, अगर आप वो सब भी मैनेज करोगे तो जो आपको करना आता है वो नहीं कर पाओगे. You won't be able to do what you are good at. So that is my personal feeling on startups. In startup, it's very important to start off with an HR role who can support you while you are doing your job. Right. So that's my perspective.
Okay, great. So moving ahead, and as I told you, there are so many questions which has already, been sent to us. We'll start with the first question that we have today, and the question is directly to Karthik. This one, Karthik, what would be the, the impact of COVID-19 on HR, on the role of HR, especially when it comes to MSME?
Frankly, 100% no one knows. So if anybody who's claiming that they have figured this problem out, I would love to meet them. Right. I think everybody is kind of sorting it out and battling because this is one of a kind. So nobody has absolutely figured it out. But I think a couple of things that have changed. One is it has become a great gender equalizer. I think पहले work from home used to be the concept for women. In fact, when my wife used to say कि अच्छा रुक जाओ घर पे काम करो, it's like नहीं हो सकता भाई, जाना पड़ेगा. And now suddenly there is a humble, realization that work from home can happen. And I am washing utensils and managing meetings, helping her in household, and there is suddenly a renewed respect for work from home. And women in general. So I think it has been a great gender equalizer, which HR people will have to figure out. And I think a lot of women talent and men talent will kind of see it. Other that I've seen is it's also been a talent equalizer. So in my team, you like it or not, you land up making favorites because कोई speed में काम करता है, कोई अच्छा काम करता है, and they are good. But the moment COVID happened, these people were really finding it difficult to adapt and change because they were superstars in that context, and suddenly new superstars emerged in COVID. So these were people who may not be there in the list, but now suddenly with COVID, somehow they were able to respond better, adapt better, manage better. So suddenly we had new heroes in the room. And that was again a realization for me as HR. Okay, you know what? Let's not box talent of because the definition can change with landscape, right? Uh, Another thing, at least from HR point of view, that has happened is, there is infrastructure readiness now. Scarcity mindset आ गया है. So question is, how do you kind of continue to stay relevant is going to be the most important question. Right. One of the things that at least I'm observing in my company, we are using a artificial intelligence a chatbot called Infido, which actually checks on people's sentiment, and it's an adaptive tool. Where if I say I'm unhappy, so they will say, "Oh, I'm really sorry. Why would you say that?" Rather than a typical survey, right? So what we are kind of also doing is using chatbots and other tools to kind of kick in some freshness and newness, and last but not the least, burnout is real. I have lost track of Sundays and Mondays and Fridays. So I think there is a deliberate, so इस बार जैसे मंडे को ईद थी, तो हमने बाय डिजाइन कोई कॉल्स नहीं रखी, बिकॉज नेचुरल इंस्टिंक्ट है कि रख लो यार, मतलब तो वर्क फ्रॉम होम है तो क्या ही करोगे. So I think these are few things that we have realized, and I have realized as HR, and we are kind of very deliberately kind of focusing on these. And I used to be a bit of a control freak. I used to like things, know things, and now it was like, okay, what, let go. And nahi hai sab kuch haath mein, leave things. I think there's a lot of realization for me, and I'm assuming for HR fraternity in general. And I think as a company, Beefku, because it is so young, we always focus on productivity than attendance. So I think that ways it has been seamless and good. So just to tell you, there is a company called Automatic. It has 1,200 plus employees in 75 countries in 93 languages. And since the beginning of that company, they actually have a 3 billion valuation with 35% internet traffic. And they have never had an office. So they have been operating like this since its inception forever. And there is a beautiful article on how there are 5 stages of working from home, and how they are and different companies are. So I think it has been really, cherishing, and like you can tell your grandson and your grandkids about, this thing and how you manage. I think it has been pretty exciting.
Exactly. Very well stated, Karthik. Till I think 2 months before, if just before this COVID, in fact, January 2020, if I tell you, I met people who were totally against the work from home policy and culture, and they in their head have always had this question: what is work from home? You either work from office, or you do not work. That's it. There is no work from home. Work from home is a way of asking chutti. That's it. So that's the common mentality across the globe. And in fact, because I work extensively in the MSME sector, this one thing that we have faced as one of the questions which always come to us from the MSME owners, who really do not agree with the work from home sentiments, and so thank you for quoting that point. And I have a next question for Sujay, specifically for MSME world. Okay, now there is something which has, there's something which has one of the students have written to us, like, when it comes to, obviously COVID-19 has hit employment at its, and it has pushed a lot of job interviews are not happening, companies are not hiring. So they want to understand, when it comes to a fresher, okay, how do you think MSME sector is going to respond to the employability for them? Like, are they going to hire them, or can they actually approach the MSME sector for jobs? Because currently the scenario is freshers go to only corporates, majorly corporates, for job.
But ऐसा क्यों है?
I don't know.
Why would a fresher only go for a corporate? Startups में मतलब कल्चर नहीं है, बना रहे हैं, कोशिश कर रहे हैं पूरी थोड़े पैसे कम होते हैं स्टार्टअप के पास, बट कोशिश पूरी करते हैं. Yeah,
Okay.
I would like to answer that. See, COVID-19 or not, when you're coming to the culture of startups and everything, एक तो सबको ना ऐसा लगता है कि भाई ये तो स्टार्टअप है, कभी बंद हो जाए तो मेरा क्या होगा, मेरा सीवी खराब हो जाएगा, राइट? एक एक ये चीज है। दूसरा कि ओ मेरे सीवी पे पहले मेरी मैं फ्रेशर हूँ, जैसे मैं कहीं ज्वाइन करूँ सबसे पहले मेरे सीवी पे बहुत बड़ा सा ब्रांड होना चाहिए, मतलब गूगल माइक्रोसॉफ्ट से कम बात ही ना हो, राइट? सो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से कि वो भी फ्रेशर्स लेते हैं, उनके क्राइटेरियाज हैं, बट बाकी कंपनीज भी इतनी बुरी नहीं है, काफी अच्छा काम करते हैं सब लोग, मतलब एक धीरे धीरे करके बिल्टअप होती है। एंड मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंटली एक फॉर अ फ्रेशर और समबडी ज्वाइनिंग अ स्टार्टअप, मैं कोविड वाले पॉइंट पे आता हूँ, समबडी हु इज ज्वाइनिंग अ स्टार्टअप, हमेशा आप सभी लोग एवरीवन शुड कीप दिस इन माइंड, यू हैव अ बेटर ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटी विद पीपल लाइक अस। एमएसएमई स्टार्टअप में सबसे अच्छा ग्रोथ है, आप मेहनत करो, कंपनी को बड़ा करो, जितना कंपनी बड़ा होगी उतना आप कंपनी में बड़े होगे, राइट? ज्यादा बड़ी कंपनी में ये सब नहीं होता, वहां पे बड़े लोग ऑलरेडी बैठे हैं।
And they're not ready to retire. Huh?
grow with the company, be bigger. I mean, startups बहुत, there are such beautiful concepts and ideas that are coming into India. अब मोदी जी ने पिछली बार बोल दिया vocal for local, and I have made sure whichever person I'm talking to, and I'm actually talking to so many people right now, please go vocal for local. देसी बनाते हैं, अपने खुश रहते हैं, कोई चाइनीज प्रोडक्ट या इधर का प्रोडक्ट लेने की जरूरत नहीं है। We have beautiful companies. I mean, any fresher coming in should actually look at joining an Indian company, because now is the time to grow as a community, as India, as we only can grow the economy. Now coming to COVID-19 वाला सीन की मतलब कोई फर्क पड़ेगा नहीं पड़ेगा, आई थिंक आज की डेट में टुडे स्टार्टअप्स आर अंडर अ लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रेस, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने पहले बोला था पैसे बहुत कम होते हैं, तो अब यहाँ पे काम भी नहीं हो रहा तो और कम हो गए, राइट? सो आई थिंक अभी कॉर्पोरेट्स में भी वी कीप ऑन रीडिंग डेली, भाई उतना गए, इतने लोग गए, उतने लोग गए, तो एवरीबडी इज ट्राइंग टू डाउन साइज, नॉट जस्ट ऑन कॉस्ट एंड एवरीथिंग, बट दैट डज नॉट मीन वी ऑल विल नॉट बाउंस बैक एवर। मतलब ऐसा तो नहीं है कि बस अब कल परसों से इकोनॉमी खत्म है, सब बिल्कुल ही वॉर लाइक सिचुएशन हो गई है, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। सब लोग अपने आप को थोड़ा सा प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हैं फॉर द लॉन्गेटिविटी ऑफ थिंग्स। अभी मैंने काफी लोगों से सुना है, इट्स बीन हैपनिंग दैट a lot of people are getting reduced salaries, they're getting 50% of their pays right now. That is, all this is happening just for that longevity of the business. वो नहीं रहेगा तो फिर आप भी नहीं रहेंगे जो भी वर्किंग है। सो as far as a fresher joining post covid और interviews lineup होंगे नहीं होंगे, see that is actually मेरे हिसाब से सब कुछ हो रहा है, बहुत अच्छे से हो रहा है। As a matter of fact, I come from a core automobile background. ऑटोमोबाइल की सबसे ज्यादा बुरी हालत है इस वक्त, ऑटोमोबाइल कोई खरीदने वाला नहीं है, राइट? स्टॉक्स पड़े हुए प्लांट्स पे, तो बहुत ज्यादा डाउनसाइजिंग ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर में चल रही है। कभी आई आल्सो हैव अ मीडिया कंपनी, ऑटोमोबाइल मीडिया की, कभी मेरे पास 500 लोग वहां निकाल दिए, 400 लोग वहां निकाल दिए, ऐसे खबरें आती रहती हैं। सो व्हाट व्हेन ऑटोमोबाइल इज डाउनसाइजिंग, digital automobile is actually scaling up, right? And I on this platform I'm telling today, मेरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में सेल्स की इनफाइनाइट अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, कभी भी जस्ट फॉलो वंदना's लिंक एंड जॉइन ऑन बोर्ड, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
Thank you, Sujay, for that offer. Actually. Yes, and that really gives me immense happiness to know that you guys are hiring, and I like that infinite terminology that you have.
इनफाइनाइट है, अपना बिजनेस मॉडल बढ़िया है, बहुत सिंपल है, सॉर्टेड है, पैसा कमाओ, दूसरे को भी कमाओ।
So, yeah, moving ahead, Karthik, Sujay brought in a very great, important point that yes, MSMEs have taken a hit, and they are going through, probably reserving their cash flow in order to extend the longevity. And the only question that one of the participants have asked us is this: that the how are you keeping your employees motivated during this downtime?
So, just to add one point on the previous thing that you said, I think I'll probably uh, add more to what Sujoy said. I think the way people look at job is completely opposite. They look at मेरा role क्या है,
Karthik,
मेरा
request you to be a little louder.
yeah. So I think people look at jobs very very differently, right opposite of how they should. So they look at मेरा role क्या है, फिर वो देखते हैं कि कंपनी कैसी है, थोड़ा मैनेजर, some people look, some don't. Then they look at the market, right? One question: in 2006, would you rather be at Apple or be at HP? राइट अगर कोई स्टूडेंट होता तो वो बोलता है, अगर कन्वेंशनल स्टूडेंट है तो बोलेगा एचपी ज्वाइन करते हैं, बट अगर वही कोई एप्पल ज्वाइन किया होता, सो आई थिंक यू शुड लुक एट जॉब सर्च एज वीसी ड्यू डिलिजेंस. I think invest in like 15 years of where this industry will be. And that's why people who had the first mover advantage, the talent that was first to move to .com and tech, are getting disproportionate returns in rewards, right? So I think you got to have that ability. I feel because companies think so small. People have also started thinking in short term, right? So I was actually reading an article last night where Bezos said that everybody wants to join Amazon, but the best company to join is Blue Origin, which no company knows. It's an Amazon company, which is a space investment. And he said that the world is going to change very soon, in just 200 years. So for him, soon is just 200 years, and most people don't. So I'm saying that's how the real innovation thinkers think. And what Sujoy is saying is, uh, you know, uh, you got to invest in the market, invest in stocks as this in the company, because the returns risk to reward ratio बहुत high है.
Right.
And I think that's what Sujoy was saying, and I so felt so strongly about it, so I wanted to add that. Now, coming to how employees get motivated in COVID, it's difficult, right? But I think there is one thing that we have done when we hire. There are a couple of things that we specifically interview for. Okay, one is intellectual humility. I think that's one of the core values and competencies that we evaluate. Is this person willing to change their mind when presented with better data? I think if your natural inherent capability is that you can trim your ego. So questions like, we ask a question, when was the last time you apologized? People don't even remember. So if you don't have that kind of intellectual humility, those are the kind of people who even find difficult to change in this scenario, because it's inherently difficult for them to change mind. So fact says that things have changed with COVID. Because you personally are struggling with it, you think, that's one problem. Second is, एक कॉन्सेप्ट होता है GDNA का, which is called gratitude DNA. Okay, and that's one thing that we interview people. You'll always find people in same situation. एक बंदा होगा जो बोलेगा कि आपको मैनेजर से डांट पड़ी, you come out of the room, and if he's an influencer, he'll say, यार ये कंपनी घटिया है, मैंने बोला था, मैं तो खुद जॉब ढूंढ रहा हूँ, तू भी ढूंढ ले. And there'll be a same guy who will say, यार ये तो होता रहता है यार, मैनेजर को तो काम ही है, तेरे को थोड़ा ध्यान रखना चाहिए, चल सुट्टा मार के आते हैं. And he'll really negate that situation. So gratitude DNA में one of the things we realize is people who are naturally high on gratitude, people who are naturally positive, need less effort to be engaged and motivated. It's a novel concept. Not too many people kind of really go for it, but we feel so. It's almost like Google spends more money on hiring than on training. They call it something called front load investment, where they say if you spend more money on hiring, you don't have to train them too much, right? It's a better ROI in the long term. Again, similarly in GDNA, so one of the questions we ask in interviews, do you feel you're lucky? And you'll find set of people who will say, no, not at all. I think I had this. And there'll be certain set of people, the biggest competitive advantage is which country you're born in. If you're born in India or in US, you are starting with a competitive advantage as you were in Zimbabwe, right? So we ask a question like, what is your natural competitive advantage? And one girl that I was interviewing gave me the most fascinating answer. She said, being born with 5 senses, I think is a great competitive advantage, which we don't. We realize these people are naturally wired to probably see things differently in a positive light and somehow need less effort. So I think that's couple of things. Intellectual humility and GDNA is a very core part of our thing. Second thing is realizing we are all in the same storm, but we may not be in the same boat. So we'll have to realize that some companies, I will give a runway जितना मेरे पास cash flow है, and I will take certain hard calls. So second thing is be honest. Tell them it's bad. Tell them, but we'll manage it. And there will be some tough times. I think so. It's more than motivation. I think it's more honesty and more commitment, effort rather than outcome is what people are looking at. I think these are 2 or 3 things which we've kind of really done. Don't fix them when COVID comes. I'm saying even if COVID was not coming, I'm saying hire people who are high on GDNA and intellectual humility.
So great. Thank you so much for bringing in those important points, and they are like something very new, but probably a new terminology, I would say, not a new aspect when it comes to interviewing and talent acquisition. However, I think it is also a great opportunity to add this to the kind of questions when we actually frame to hire people for our organization. So thank you for that suggestion. Sujay, I want to understand from you, what are your people challenges at the current scenario, in the current scenario, considering that you also are highly invested in the automobile sector as well as in the the media sector. Both of them have been hit considerably. Although I can see the top production houses have started shooting. However, work still is at a very snail's pace, I would say. How are you managing stuff at your end?
See, if you're talking about media and production, there are a lot of बहुत सारे restrictions हैं that we have to work through. पहले एक shoot पे 150 बंदा छोटे-छोटे काम करता था, spot boy से लेके directors ये वो. आज की डेट में वो 20 बंदों से काम करना पड़ता है. So बहुत बड़ा disadvantage है. But काम तो करना है. See, at the end of the day, you have to keep on working. Automobile का मैंने बताया, an OEM, an original equipment manufacturer, let's say like a Maruti Suzuki, let's talk about Indian OEMs, yeah, Mahindra, for that matter. They have thousands of people they have employed in their plants. If they work at 33% capacity, as has been instructed in most of the plants, they are still producing cars, right? These cars being produced are getting delivered to showrooms, which are again working at 33% capacity, right? So the sales guy is also coming, getting up every day, getting ready, going to the showroom in hopes that he might sell a car. Now the inflow, I'm now talk about that dealership's managing director or the owner, right? He is getting an inflow, but it is not going out. Right? Okay. Why? Because eventually we are not buying. The client is not buying because आज की डेट में भाई सीधी बात बोलता है बंदा, यार पहले खाऊं या गाड़ी चलाऊं, right? और work from home गाड़ियों के लिए तो बहुत खराब है क्योंकि अगर सब वर्क फ्रॉम होम करेंगे तो किसी को थोड़ी बहुत दूध लेने जाने के लिए गाड़ी की जरूरत नहीं है.
India is anyways actually storing fuel in US now.
Yeah, that's what's happening. So automobile बहुत तगड़ा hit है and automobile recovery will take about a year, 6 months to a year. थोड़ा सा recovery में time लगेगा, but yes, अगर हम automobile sector की ही बात कर रहे हैं, एक sector जो बहुत ही underplayed था और पूरे वर्ल्ड में डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज में बहुत अच्छे से चलता है और इंडिया में कभी नहीं चल पाया ठीक से, बहुत अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड है, दैट इज द यूज्ड कार सेगमेंट. वो बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है. आज की डेट में बंदा बोलता है यार एक काम करता हूँ ना, 10 लाख की गाड़ी लेनी थी, 5 की सेकंड हैंड ले लेता हूँ, 2 साल बाद जब और 1-2 इंक्रीमेंट हो जाएंगे तो 5 की एक और सेकंड हैंड ले लूंगा, गाड़ी की चॉइसेस चलते रहेंगे. सो दैट इज गेटिंग ऑर्गेनाइज्ड. So today every new car dealer is going towards this used car segment. So as far as HR is concerned, the role of organizations today is concerned, मतलब एज मेरे को सीखने को बहुत कुछ मिलता है. कार्तिक mentioned such a beautiful point, GDNA. मतलब आई हैव लर्नड इट बॉस. ये
I
मैं
told
से ही अप्लाई कर. कल छुट्टी है, मतलब मैं वर्क फ्रॉम होम की छुट्टी होती है ना, तो मंडे से ही अप्लाई करूंगा. GDNA इज अ ब्यूटीफुल कॉन्सेप्ट. GDNA concept, what I could realize out of it was कि भाई you can have warriors in your company who can actually support it. मतलब आपको उनको मोटिवेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. एक बार सिर्फ इतने बोलना कि भाई you are the one, you are the one.
you दौड़.
बाकी काम वो खुद कर लेंगे आगे जाके.
Correct.
एक बंदा बोलता है कि यार क्या बकवास कंपनी है यार. एक बंदा बोलता है अबे कोई नहीं यार, उसका काम है, छोड़ना, आया छोटा मार के आते हैं. मतलब ये दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई रिलेट विद माई सेल्फ. आई बीन दैट गाय. मैं जिस कंपनी में उस कंपनी में बहुत खुश हूँ. ठीक है, गाली पड़ रही, कोई बात नहीं है, खा लेंगे, क्या हो गया. कुछ गलत किया होगा किसी ने, उसका तजुर्बा ज्यादा है, थोड़ी गाली दे दी, क्या हुआ, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा. I come, Karthik, beautiful point. Thank you for this. I mean, I'm going to control C, control V this point.
See, I told you, Karthik, this is something which is gonna. Thank you for sharing that, and I see, and all people who are attending are also gonna take it up. And so, our in fact, Nobomita Mozumdar, she's our third panelist, and she has just joined this session. Nobomita, I would request you to turn on your camera.
Hi, Vandana. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I can't see myself. I think, okay, the video is stuck somewhere. Sorry, I was stuck in another Zoom call. So shifting from one to another, okay. Okay, I think I'll be able to see myself now. Let me
Yes.
see. My,
Yes,
yeah,
you're audible.
I'm visible. Finally, thank God. So thank you so much for all the patience and inviting me in here. I'm really grateful to be in company of such great people. I would look forward to the recording because the first part that I have missed out on, I really want to understand what y'all said. Yes, please, Vandana, take me ahead.
Thank you. Novamita, your fellow panelist, Karthik Roy from Head HR from Bewakoof.com, and Sujay Gupta, he is a senior entrepreneur, and MD Carlo.in. So, we were actually discussing around how, HR is playing an enhancing role in establishing MSME, and how HR can be help MSMEs to become more powerful. We have already discussed on the opening statement around, and then we were actually in the discovery phase wherein we were talking about the challenges which an MSME organization faces when it comes to people issues. I would request you to probably share your pointers with regards to the challenges, because you are heading very important role in the MSME world, and I'm sure people are approaching you since you're also coaching startup owners. So would request you to.
Thank you so much. Vandana, first and foremost, I understand this is a little more of an HR discussion, but let me take a business view, because this is what I have been doing. Even the call that I had just now was with business owners, and the new normal, to begin with, the new normal is already 3 months old. So we are quarter done with the new normal, right? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
No. Okay, good. So we are done with a quarter of new normal. It has already settled in to a great extent, right? In terms of behavior, in terms of systems, companies who were on the forefront. I mean, forefront in accepting these kind of technology that breaks in silos when you're working remote. They are doing really well. Largely, for me, there are three segments. Oh, sorry. There are three segments in the industry. One is obviously the COVID positive companies who are making, I mean, a blast, right? In spite of the COVID. One of the best example of COVID positive company to me is your local Kirana store. If you see, you must have seen that kind of a rush only during Diwali probably, or Dussehra. Now, since last 3 months, they have been digging gold. So in a larger format, yes, there are companies who are really doing well. The fintech, essentially, they are doing well. So COVID positive, if you look at the COVID positive companies, they have a complete different graph to a COVID negative company, a neutral company, COVID neutral company, I would rather say first, who are not exactly in a, they might be holding on to cash, but they are not losing out big time cash. And then there is COVID negative companies who are completely in red, right? And the biggest sector for them is the services sector, the hotel, the travels. So we do not, when we strategize these kind of companies for a comeback 3 months back, let me share that story first. A little long story short, 3 months back when we started, we were looking at how to manage the cash, the existing cash that we have effectively. That's all what we were looking at, right? We did not know how long this would last. Honestly, we are so grateful that we took, with all the companies that I'm working with, we took a financial year view. We did not work for a quarter. We did not work for a biannual. We took a financial year view because we knew that even if the lockdown gets opened in 1 month, which we did not know in the beginning, it would still impact the entire year's revenue cycle. And March, if you remember, was the time for all those financial closures and all. So since we took a year view and we started working towards that, the first step was managing cash. Second step was managing productivity. Clients definitely were obviously we cannot blame them. There were a lot of cancellations of projects with my clients who were losing their own clients, their own customers. And interestingly, here comes a HR story, which is essentially business. That what we did with one of the companies, one of the product companies that I worked with is, we had a first level meeting with the team. We went to the team, we told them this is the kind of cash that we have, right? We do not know whether it is going to go for a month or a year, but this is the kind of plan that we have. Given that this is the cash that we have and we have to survive for, we do not know how long, and we have so many cancellations of customers on the existing project which were almost about to ship products, what can we do best? The team came up, the team brainstormed, they came up. The level of ownership for the troubles increased rapidly. The entire objective of solving a problem from individual perspective was completely, I would rather say, completely blown out in a manner that they were coming out with solution. We did not realize that, yeah, we can do that. Initially, most of these companies thought that cutting the tech cost would be good. There were employees who were telling us, no, don't cut the tech cost right now. Hold on to it. The payment cycle, you rather defer it, but then probably you give a staggered payment cycle, but don't cut the tech cost now. They are extremely grateful. The founders and the owners are extremely grateful to their employees right now, because they would need tech. The longer they go, the more they would need tech. The employees came up with certain kind of cash relocations and obviously cash allocations, and obviously the kind of payouts that had to happen, the payouts to the vendors, payouts to the several parties, right? Several stakeholders. They came out with how to pay out on which cycle whom, so that we do not lose vendors, we do not lose any of these stakeholders. Employees get paid at the same point of time. The cash is also managed. Yes, there can be there had been a cut, but then the cut did not affect because it had been in cycle, so it did not actually affect anyone. The point is, in a situation like this, when we involved every team member on the problem, they came up with individual inputs only they could have provided. So I believe the best thing in HR I have seen since the last quarter, I think that's the best thing I would first want to say. Now that we are looking at May, or rather June, June is a month wherein the most of these consolidation of operations happen, right? From June to September, because that's when your performance cycles begin. Interestingly, they are coming up with certain formats, right? Which obviously the entire reporting structure has gone for a toss. The teams are working completely differently. They are working, a lot of the self-managed teams have evolved, and they're working in clusters. So the reporting structure and the org structure has changed so much that the entire process of operations has shifted. A lot of it probably would circle back once the lockdown is over and people start going to office. A lot of it will not, because the efficiency has increased so much that they don't really need those cumbersome, I mean, think of it, 30 days to fill a performance management form, right? That too, several follow-ups by the HR. Right now, nobody needs a performance management plan because people are performing on their own. So the performance is right on the wall. So the entire processes had magnified to an extent that yes, post lockdown we might see very different kind of interactive companies, but yeah, a lot of processes might still go back, given that people, I mean, most of us are too used to working in the old format of work. So yeah, this is what I would want to say.
Oh, sure. Thank you so much, Navamita. In the introductory itself, I was going to ask a question, and one of the registered participants has asked us, but you've already answered on, how technology should not be the let go when you are talking about the MSME sector, and how the cost actually weighs out to the advantages which are there. That was exactly the question which one of our participants had asked. So thank you so much for answering that. I would come to Karthik here. Karthik, we have a very interesting question for you. We have something coming in from the Facebook channel. Most of the companies are adopting a shared services model for HR or outsourcing their HR services, exactly what we as an organization are doing here. So what do you think? Does a combination of it works, or the shared services model works, or in a completely internal HR team works? What are your thoughts on that?
So I think to each its own. I think.
Karthik, just a little louder, please.
Yeah. So to each his own. I think giving a over-encompassing statement may not be true. Really, question is, what do you expect from the team? Right. I think a lot of that will dictate, what model works for you, and also, is it a permanent or is it a makeshift? How long can you sustain this is also something that we'll have to look at, right? Yeah, I'm like, I would want to believe internal is better. Sure, you can outsource some bit of it, like we are also doing some bit of it, like payroll, for example. But can I outsource engagement? I'm not sure. So you'll have to be very selective I'm saying, you can outsource cleaning. You can't outsource upbringing of your child. So have that unique sense of what you can do, what you can't.
Sure. Again, Sujay, I think you've intrigued a lot of entrepreneurs out there when you said that I had HR from the very beginning. I think that is something which has intrigued a lot of us. So there is another question which is directly to you. What is it that you look in an HR professional as an entrepreneur? What is those qualities that you're looking for in an HR professional, or for an HR support for that matter?
That's actually a very tough question. That is something, there is no standard for that. I think an HR, anybody can be an HR professional, right? Till the time they know how to manage people, they know how to be, that essential person for that organization, right? I think the person who joins in as an HR should have the highest, quoting you, Karthik, highest GDNA, even more than that of the founders. The founders ज़्यादा GDNA उसका होना चाहिए. Founder एक बार को, मतलब, it happened to me quite a few times. The founders के पास होता है, यार धंधा नहीं हो रहा, business कम चल रहा है, क्या करें यार, चल कोई नहीं, कुछ और में घुस जाते हैं. जितनी मेहनत की है 2-3 साल वो गई भाड़ में. होता है, it happens a lot of times, right? They get frustrated, they don't see the way things they wanted, the way they wanted them to go. उस टाइम पे ये सुपर हाई GDNA वाला पर्सन जो होता है ना, HR प्रोफेशनल, वो इन फाउंडर्स को संभालता है. ठीक है, वो क्वालिटी इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट इन दैट पर्सन. अदरवाइज क्या है, फाउंडर का क्या है, ठीक है यार एक सोच में शुरू किया था, एक ही सोच में बंद कर देते, क्या हुआ, दोबारा कर लेंगे नौकरी. राइट, दिस person will always keep, and that is what has happened to me also. मतलब I feel very proud in saying this कि मैंने बहुत अच्छा डिसीजन लिया कि सबसे पहले some of the initial phases people joining me were HR professionals. I mean वर क्या, एक ही थी हमारी बेचारी स्नेहल पांडे, उसी ने सबको संभाला था. राइट, एंड शी इज नाउ, as I told you earlier also, मेरी दो कंपनीज में डायरेक्टर है. And she's like she's an inspiration to all of us. That is the quality an HR person should have and should actually inculcate in others also. Right, this is आप HR में मतलब जब MBA कर रहे थे हम, तो उसमें वो OB, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिहेवियर, मोटिवेशन, ये वो सब कुछ, उस चैप्टर का नाम कभी किसी ने HR नहीं रखा. राइट, उसको सिर्फ HR रख देते कि भाई HR, ये सारा सब कुछ कवर्ड है इस बुक में, सब कुछ कवर्ड है. तो शायद people would actually today realize the importance of it. It's very important for an organization to have an HR and the right HR. Let me tell you very honestly, मैं बहुत ऐसे लाइव फोरम्स में कभी भी किसी के मतलब किसी कॉन्सेप्ट पे इतनी तारीफ नहीं करता जो मैं आज कार्तिक की कर रहा हूँ, कि मतलब एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज मैंने आज सीखी है. इट्स GDNA. मतलब I now realize कितने सारे लोग ऐसे अभी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हैं जिनका GDNA इज लाइक मेरे से थोड़ा सा ज्यादा ही होगा, और कितने लोग ऐसे भी हैं जो बिल्कुल ही नहीं है, जीरो है. राइट, एंड आई नीड टू मेक दिस वर्क. Right, so HR is very important, and the qualities that I look for in an HR individual now that वो अकेली नहीं है और बहुत सारे HR के प्रोफेशनल्स कंपनी में हैं, बहुत सारे they are like diamonds in my organizations. They manage people and they are मतलब उनसे जो मीटिंग होती है मेरी, वो सबसे लंबी चलती है, क्योंकि कंपनी के बारे में वो सब कुछ मेरे को बताते हैं और कैसे चलाना है वो मेरे को समझाते हैं. So they are like teachers to me also.
Sure.
I'll just add one point.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a few HR groups, and I'll tell you a classic problem that I feel why HR always is trying so hard to prove why they are important. So उसमें आया कि what are the data points or matrices that are important for HR? And there are about 100 people talking about attrition, engagement, new joiner ratio. एक बंदा EBITDA and PAT नहीं बोला उसमें. एक HR का बंदा नहीं बोला कि पैट और ईबिटा इंपॉर्टेंट है. आई थिंक और ये इसलिए भी है बिकॉज देयर इज एंड दैट्स व्हाई यू हैव अ रोल कॉल्ड HR बिजनेस पार्टनर. सो द प्रेशर इज ऑन HR टू बी अ बिजनेस पार्टनर, बट देयर इज नो रोल लाइक बिजनेस HR पार्टनर. बिजनेस में कभी प्रेशर नहीं है कि HR वाला, बिकॉज इट्स अ क्लासिक प्रॉब्लम व्हिच आई थिंक इज चेंजिंग. So I'll tell you why I'm saying this. So R&R programs होते हैं, and I'm somewhere who have kind of studied organization psychology, so I'm sharing. All R&R programs are designed monthly, right, or quarterly. Now what happens is, what you're designing is, when do you make your credit card payments? One day before the deadline, right? I am designed to do things when I'm getting either penalized or rewarded. Pleasure and pain principle hai. But what really happens is, and Sujoy and Nabomita will be able to tell you that last week a sale for every team is more than first 15-20 days.
Yeah.
So what we did in housing was, we said कि यार so if you really want to improve organization performance overall, the overall performance of people, 300 collective people, has to go up by 5-10% in the first 15 days. So what we said was, R&R को ना in the first 15 days जिसने भी 2 लाख का टारगेट अचीव किया, 20,000 इंसेंटिव. The moment, and I'm saying this works only at sales level, where आप उनको ब्रेक करो मेंटल पैटर्न्स को, बिकॉज उसको पता है कि मैं लास्ट वीक में खींच लूंगा, मैंने लीड्स बना के रखी हुई है. The moment you break that pattern and say R&R 15 days का है, और मंथली तो चल ही रहा है, you suddenly insert a pattern break. I'll tell you what Volkswagen does, and because Sajay is from automobile and Nobovita might have many big clients in automobiles. Volkswagen said incentive structure कैसे काम करता है, मैं पूरा महीना काम करूंगा, मुझे इंसेंटिव मिलेगा, और एक स्लैब है. 10 कार बेचा तो इतना, 20 बेचा तो इतना, 30 बेचा तो इतना. Volkswagen said, I तो maximum 30 बेच सकते हो दिन का एक कार. I will credit 30 cars का whole incentive in your bank account first day of the month in the nodal account that you can't touch. It's your money. And I keep removing it every week when you don't achieve your target. And they said human psychology to work is far better when they feel they're already losing something they have. Then I'll work for the month, फिर आएगा, मेरा तब तक interview चल रहा है, हो ही जाएगा. What they really changed was the way, psychologically you think, and they credited the account in the first month. And this is in Latin America. एक Maverick करके कंपनी है, रिकार्डो सेमलर का, वहां से उन्होंने अडॉप्ट किया था ये. And it's fascinating where companies are going with this concept. So HR को टाइम आ गया है कि RNR से बिजनेस को what is in it for me आंसर मिले, वरना उसको सर्टिफिकेट देने का नहीं है फायदा. हमारा ऑफर टू जॉइनर रेशियो इन हाउसिंग वाज 63%. Every 100 offers, only 63 people used to join. Now I can go to the CFO and say कि यार चॉकलेट देना है ऑफर लेटर पे और वेलकम नोट भेजना है. वो बोलेगा क्या बकवास है, कॉस्ट मत बढ़ाओ. And you tell them, I will give you an offer to joining ratio of 90%, which will increase your productivity by this percent. Now let me work my way. How do I do it? So talk to them in the language they understand. I'm sure HR will see a big difference.
Yeah, we generally, I'm just adding on to Karthik's point, really nice points. We also incentivize the HRs. So based on business performance every month, based on sales. So our business model works a little differently, and the HR, if an HR recruits, let's say 10 new talent for sales, right? In the first 2 months, if they do a desired number of sales output every month, right, a percentage of their incentive is shared with the HR every month. So they make sure, मेरा काम कम होता है. They make sure कि भाई motivate करो इनको, इनसे sales करवाओ, whatever it takes. So they do it, and they're very happy doing it. I incentivize the HR based on sales performance, business performance also. Why not? मतलब वो बाकी, मतलब they are all rounders. They do a lot of other stuff as well. इतना ज़्यादा काम नहीं है मेरी कंपनी में, right? But yes, of course, उनका जो specialized काम है, they do it, and why not? They should also, मतलब appraisals हैं, certificate of appreciation है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. What is the money getting in their account? I mean, we organized a trip for the HR. The entire team went for a trip because last year, for 3 consecutive quarters, the sales team, the new freshly joined sales team, hit 300% of their targets. तो सेल्स टीम को जो इंसेंटिव मिला, एचआर टीम को हमने घूमने भेज दिया, राइट? सो मतलब I completely agree. Incentivization should be there for HR as well, and चाहे वो penalty based earning हो या incentive based RNR हो, it should be there. The process should be there.
So I hear a lot of, in terms of what Karthik said, definitely the HR needs to now talk more on the business language than just be an HR. The whole HR business partnering as a concept, when it came out, was to partner with the business and talk about business. And slowly somewhere we lost it in the way and we started talking more on the HR front.
ना वो stakeholder management बन गया अभी.
Yeah.
I am not the vitamin, I am the painkiller. तुमको पेन होगा, मेरे पास आना, I will fix it. वो vitamin वाला job नहीं हो रहा जो long term ROI देगा.
Yeah. I can hear that truly. And Sujay, I've heard from you as an entrepreneur. I'll shift to Nobamita. Nobamita, you work with a lot of MSME organizations. You mentor a lot of startups. We have an entrepreneur here who is given the due to HR. But what is the sense that you get from the entrepreneurs that you work with, and what are your suggestions to them as to how HR can be instrumental in their growth?
To begin with, a little background about me. My education, my basic MBA education is in HR, right? So my career started in HR, but then I moved into business, and obviously it became completely product building and obviously startup. Now it's entirely business for me. So when I speak to them, right, the first initial part is definitely HR sounds good, right? if you talk HR languages, the kind of the terminologies which Sujoy mentioned makes them sound very elite. They want to say that. Do they believe in? When you ask them to shell out money, they do not want to shell out money. Shared services, which Karthik answered, right? There's a company that I just had a call last week, and this is what we were discussing, that the requirement for shared services in the MSME is increasing, right? They no longer want to hold on to it within themselves. The culture is internally managed, right? Processes, the HR processes, they see as a automated part. They don't want to hold on to it because A, that is cost, B, that is process, C, that is a lot of work. So the shared services model is definitely going to take big after the lockdown ends. It's already on the rise, right? Higher than what it used to be. Companies are essentially realizing not to hold on to these systems for long. The ones who can pay for it, essentially. However, when I talk to these business owners, right, to them, one of the owners says that, well, if I'm hiring somebody at a very low level, maybe my team will deal with it. But if I'm hiring somebody at a revenue level, right, they don't have mid management, they don't have higher management. It's anyhow a smaller organization at a revenue level. The first day I sit and talk to them, and I tell them how I started the company. To me, it is the best induction program that can come in from, right? A business owner telling in how the entire process started. And if that's the kind of inputs the person receives it in first day, I think that works better than those PPT or those video presentations that we generally make. However, at the same point of time, the business owner also gives them a problem within the business that has not been solved by any of the existing member. The point is not to see the new person fail, but A, to test their limit, B, to get a new fresh understanding because this person is coming in for the first time, and C, find a out of the box solution for them. So to me, this is the best induction program that I could find, right? And this is exactly that works. Karthik mentioned it, that HR doesn't understand EBITDA. Oh yes, totally. HR doesn't understand EBITDA, which is why the business owners do not want to trust the HR. The HR want to talk all the ivory tower on the great terminologies. Nothing wrong with it. But if you do not talk business, the hardcore revenue, एक रुपए में एक रुपए वापस कैसे आएगा? Nobody is interested to hear about your policies. Every statutory requirement, they understand, they have to pay, stand by it. That's different, right? Statutory is again mandatory for them. They see it as a process-oriented function. The core HR work, which is human-oriented, they take it as a culture part, which they run on their own. Most of the people, if they can stand with it, they work in that organization. People run away. They may care for employer branding to an extent. They may not still. A lot of MSMEs are waking up to the fact that creating employee experience is something that they need to. Most of them still do not care. All they care is their revenue. And the kind of culture that you can set in with the revenue. Even the employee do not just want a beautiful workstation or a MacBook in the first day. If you cannot pay them the kind of salaries they think they deserve, their hard work deserves, right? So that's exactly where the connect, I think, settles in for the people who work in that MSME sector, people who work in the startup, who are equal risk takers along with the founders. So that's where the alignment do happen. I know that there is a lot more waiting to be done. Let's hope we do not need few more COVIDs to bring it back, because few quarters back when we were talking about, let me give you an example. One HR implementation that happened, big HR implementation that happened in year 2016, the amendment of Maternity Benefit Act. Right? The moment it happened, everybody said women will not be hired. Why? Because who will let women work from home? It's so unproductive. And suddenly the new normal has made the entire workforce non-gendered, because you do not bother who's working on the other side of the MacBook or the laptop, right? It's just a person delivering the work. So a lot of cultural shift is happening for a situation like COVID, which should have happened earlier, which should have happened with the government changing policies. There, last year, we went for a we went for an online course launch by Maharashtra Women State Commission. Vijay Radhkatai was there, and she launched it along with the Minister of Employment, Minister of the Labor, right? Sorry, Mr. Santosh Gangwar, Honorable Minister Santosh Gangwar. And the first thing that he said is, yes, we are happy that we are launching it, but the project that we are working right now is equal pay. At the ministerial level, they're working at that level. Obviously, they do not have the bandwidth to implement it at one go, because there are a lot of industry layers that they need to first implement different things. Only then they can bring this kind of a thing in. And we have several other issues to take their distract them enough. But that's the kind of policy making which is happening at the government level, right? Even now, if you see, the MSME ministry is working at a lot of policy changes for exports, right? For manufacturers. We heard this news that a shoe manufacturer shifted their manufacturing unit from China to Agra. So this is the kind of shift that India is going to see. So there are a lot of policy changes in terms of manufacturing units, which is being worked out right now. Fingers crossed till it is implemented, and hope there are no distractions to take any attention away from all these policy implementations. By and large, how this will impact HR? It will impact the culture, and hope it will impact the HR.
Thank you so much, Nobomita. That was really amazing. You touched on, I think, all the important itineraries of what is, required for the, I would say, full-fledged functioning of an MSME unit, and the change in culture that COVID has brought in. So, yeah, and we are at around 12:15, and we will have to, the closing notes that I would request all of you to pitch in with some closing notes. So, Karthik, if you can give us a closing note for the session today.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, I'm qualified to give the closing note on what it could look like. But I think what I've really felt is, so culture, as we keep saying, is I've spent 11 years just on this. So I have a 3-year-old niece. When she falls on the ground, my bhabhi hits the ground and says, "Gira diya mere bacche ko." That's the introduction to feedback in life, right? The floor was wrong and you were right. And then fridge was wrong, teacher was wrong, exam was tough, cat was tough. 25 years of mental conditioning that you were right and everybody's wrong because mera bachcha sahi hai. And you enter the workplace and your manager says you have a problem. He's like, dude, you have the problem. So I think culture change, company culture is a subset of country culture. I think COVID has to a large extent changed country's culture, which I think will have a natural overlap on company's culture, right? How we see things, and I said, Nabomita, before you joined, I said, COVID has been a great gender equalizer. And I couldn't agree more that, you respect women's contribution way more now, because I am doing utensils. So I know how difficult it is for my wife to manage everything. So I understand that. And I think the only thing I would say is, let this change not be short term.
Yes.
Let this change not bring us back to the normal, because normal was the problem. I really hope this stays.
Yes, absolutely. So true.
Moving on to Sujay. Sujay, your closing note on this.
GDNA rocks. Learn something new. HR is most important if you want to grow. Karthik, by the way, GDNA concept kahin copyrighted वगैरह तो नहीं है ना? I can use it, right?
Yeah, you can.
So HR is important if you want to grow as an organization. Being an entrepreneur, I have a few companies, startup. We are all part of FICCI, CII. We are part of MSME, government initiatives. But then I have grown to these levels only because of the support of HR that I have had. It's very important. All the entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, wanting to be one, please always remember, बहुत कम काम हो जाता है, बहुत अच्छी मोटिवेशन रहती है. इनिशियल स्टेजेस में HR ऑनबोर्ड कर लो, सबसे बढ़िया रहेगा, क्योंकि बिजनेस करना, चलाना, बातें करना, मार्केटिंग करना सब तुम्हें आता है. You know everything, right? But तुम्हें चलाने के लिए एक HR होना चाहिए.
Yeah.
Right? To make sure that you keep moving. If you keep moving, the companies keep on is going to grow. It's going to blast. बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. Right? So initial stages में there should be an HR involved. See what your weaknesses are. Tell it to them. कि भाई मैं यहाँ problematic source हूँ. मुझे यहाँ संभाल लेना, बाकी तुम्हें संभालने के लिए और पूरी कंपनी संभालने के लिए मैं हूँ. Right? Please understand. तो मेरा closing note यही है. It's been a very good session and learned something new. That's it.
Moving on to Nobomita, your closing notes.
Oh. Okay, thank you. I think they have said it all, right? Karthik, absolutely. I do not want to see any of the qualities that we have gained during COVID going back to the kind of processes, the systems that we had. I do not want it, right? I do not want the work from home to be just a staggered way of working. Twitter has made it. I mean, this is actually my closing note. Twitter made work from home a mandatory for the company, right? Anybody who wants can work from home, not go to office, or go to office at the most when they need it, but they don't need to. At the same point of time, Mr. Satya Nadella, he issued a statement that work from home is not going to be productive for companies. When I read it, I was angry. Why? Because a company, a Microsoft, who's selling Teams, who's selling technology so that companies can function wherever, is saying such a thing. Well, he's not saying it empty-minded, right? He's not. He has a reason. The reason is it is counterproductive because people are not designed to work in silos. They do not know how to work from home. Was a weekend mode for them, or essentially a mode when they have to handle a higher volume of work. It was not a permanent mode which Twitter is bringing in. When you inculcate such drastic change of work functions in your company, the entire culture needs to change. Yes, definitely. At the same point of time, lot of tiny processes, right? Lot of tiny systems which you may not even acknowledge will change, and you have to be either prepared for it, or you have to give your employees the support for it, right? MSMEs have been functioning remote, which the MSMEs completely ignored when the maternity benefit amendment had happened, right? They all said, we won't be able to afford this. We won't be able to afford a crash within our company because our spaces are already barely there, right? So, and definitely we cannot have a crash if we just have 10 women in our company, right? Right now, parenting has shifted, all thanks to the work from home. It's almost, we are moving on to an equal parenting mode. Both the parents are there, they are both stepping in. So I don't think that creche will still be utilized only by the mother. I think the father will also need it. So all these cultural shifts that we had, all thanks to COVID, I really want to see it ahead. Most of it has helped the revenue, right? The COVID positive companies are working using these the shortcomings or challenges, whatever you may say. At the same point of time, they are making it work. Probably even when we go back to the old system, they might continue using it. So COVID negative or COVID neutral companies, please take a leaf out of their book and learn from it. We have to utilize all these processes because in future, talent has a passport. It can go anywhere, right? Companies do not need to have a static address. Companies can function from anywhere, right? So in such an open world, in such a the real future of work world, I think we better prepare with the culture that we have inculcated since the last 3 months, and not just prepare for the next financial year, but for the rest of our careers.
Great, great, great. Thank you so much, Navamita, and thank you, Karthik, Sujay, and it was an amazing discussion today. My only, for one closing thing that I'm gonna state that we have people who have seen how HR has helped empowering MSMEs, and we are in it together. So even though you might not be ready to consider a full time role for your HR, you can outsource HR, and companies like us, we actually provide this service wherein we will work as your HR. Along with us, we bring around 20 years of experience and knowledge of shaping HR for various other corporates, and we will only empower your growth and add more fuel to your faster bouncing back mechanism. Okay, thank you everybody, and I would request Rashi to now end the Facebook live. Thank you everybody on Zoom and